But that leads into last this last topic, and that is this ballroom scam. Construction projects are one of the biggest things to sink money into. And this is the funny thing about this. I don't know who he's robbing. I don't know who he's robbing in this. No, I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, I do know he's robbing. He's robbing us again. Because this is a multi-layered scheme. I believe that all of the companies that he's bringing in to do it are people who he has doing favors for him as well. Um, and I'm talking about not the subcontractors. I'm talking about the main contractors, the architects, all that shit. Like that's all probably tied in somehow. He's getting a kickback on that somehow. And with all the work going on at the White House, he has more reason to stay outside of the White House. So that means that he had Lago. So that means that every Secret Service agent, every dignitary, every staffer, every person who has to come and see him, who has to stay there, we pay that bill to him, and he can charge us whatever for the room. No discounted prices. He charges full overblown prices at resort prices for everybody who has to come see him, and he's going to keep that work going on at the White House because then he has a reason to keep going to Mar-a-Lago or to Turnberry or to what's the other one in Jersey, Brentwood, is that it? Whatever. Um, and it's done intentionally. So this man's grift is unbelievable. This is what my issue was the first time. If you remember the first time, he flew to jets. He flew to he flew to all his golf courses around the world. He went to Turnberry a few times, and he always made a point of flying out of the way to land at the airport that he had an investment in, so he would get paid for that as well. It's really the grift that he's doing on the American people. If you look at how much money he's made, with the money he's made just above board, like I said, $1.4 billion, he could have helped himself to feed children and make sure that Jenny and Julie and could have had all the pencils and dolls they wanted for Christmas. But he did not care. He does not care. He will never care. This is all a scam, and everything works out to pay him money. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. Listen when I tell you that pay attention to every move he makes because it's all part of a scam. Even this fucking shit with Greenland and all that, this is all just to keep you from paying attention to the Epstein files. That's all it is. Because, and I'm not saying he's in it. I mean, he's crimes, but I know he committed crimes. But I'm not saying he committed crimes, but he's so connected to it. To it and everything and everybody in it, even the Clintons. He's so connected to it and everybody in it. He cannot go with the story that he's been for years about denying it and saying, no, I never messed with the dude. I kicked him out as soon as I found out he was a creep. When you kept sending women in his house after hearing about it, you more than one time. It was just got to the point where you thought you had some legal vulnerabilities. So you remember that this man, once again, I said he's Marty Bird. If look back at the Ozarks, what did Marty do before that? He would just build projects that never went anywhere because they were money pits, and the more money you got to sink into it, the longer it takes, the more money you're going to have to sink into it. So it's harder for them to audit and say, you know what, this was you blew the budget on this on purpose. So it's easy to sink money into something and make the investment worth more than it is. You know what I'm saying? And then especially if you own the construction company and the fucking architecture company and the motherfucking plumbing company. You know what I'm saying? Like it y'all got to realize what a con man is. You got to think outside the box. This is how these people got rich because they made it so that they pay in themselves as a circle. And they're just reaching in and grabbing money out anytime they want. And when you come get them, no, I don't got no money on me. It's all floating around and coming. But they're worth such and such billion or a million. So like this ballroom is a scam. Everybody, if you're smart, you know that. That arc that he's going to build. That's another scam. I don't know what it is. As a matter of fact, remember the hotel in the first the hotel that the historical building that he illegally bought in the first election, his first time he was elected, and then after he got out, he sold it and got rid of it. But while he was in, every single dignitary that came there stayed there. They stayed at his hotel once again. So we had to pay. The American people had to pay for those dignitaries to stay in his overpriced hotel. So he got money regardless. So all that, he gave his check back. Not one person can tell he gave those checks to. And I guarantee says something's gonna be a military because he's paying them to be his little fucking army. You people, man, you people are asleep, not paying attention to what's going on. You're getting scammed. In the words of the great Public Enemy, you're blind, baby. You're blind to the facts.